Well, good afternoon, everyone. Time for a coffee break. Been a busy day, busy week. I see a few of you already here in the chat, and we're chatting away. We started a bit early, but it's nice to take a break, get away for a moment, rest up, refresh, and then we can get back at our work or whatever it is that we're doing, creative stuffs. Whatever it is, we can go back with it with full fervor until the next time we get to meet again. And so I hope you all filled your mugs. I chose an iced coffee this morning. I'll tell you why. Or I mean, this afternoon. It's the afternoon. I usually speak in the morning, so it's hard to remember. This is afternoon. Well, hello, Danny. Good to see you here. I hope you brought your coffee or your tea or whatever it is you're drinking today. And let's see who's here. I'll start at the top. Delaney popped in first, and she's making pinatas. She'll have to I think she said she's using cardboard and paper mache to make them for the little kids. And Tansy Palmer's here drinking Coke today. That's her drink of choice. And Tanya, she had lunch with somebody. How nice. Nice to get out of the house and have lunch with someone. And Danny, hey, yeah, let's see here. You got your cold beverage. Good. Yeah, it's been so cold here, down in the 20s, but it's eking up to 90 by the end of the week. You've got coffee. Nice, Pepperlia. Good to see you. And Nikki's here. Oh, Nikki, sit down, rest if you can. Drink, sip your coffee or your tea or your water, whatever it is you've got there. Cutting up an apple for your doggies. Ooh, nice. Making corned beef and bagels, not together. Actually, that would be good too. You're making it, yeah. I put a video up the other day. We're not, we don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I completely forget about it because we have birthdays around that time in the family. But I made a little video to remind everyone that corned beef and cabbage will be on sale the day after. So make sure you get some. You have 85 degrees already today, Tensi. I'm not ready for it because along with that comes humidity and tornadoes down here. We had big storms. Not a fan, not a fan. But I have to say, Ryan Hall and the WeatherWise app, can't say enough good about those things. It gives me a little extra time, a little extra notice to get out of wherever I'm at and get to a safe place, a safer place if, if something hits the home or close to the home. But there are places that they're just obliterated by a tornado, and if that happens, I'll fly away, oh glory, and I'll see you here, there, or in the air one of these days. If that happens, you won't get noticed here. I'll have to ask one of my family members to at least let somebody know what happened. Oh, I hope I'm not missing anyone as you're coming in. If I did, just say hello again in the chat. Nancy might be listening. Her and her family sometimes do that. And Marlena, she listens in too. Doesn't usually leave comments. In fact, she didn't on Mondays. I hope she's doing well. We'll have to pray for her. Fly. Yes, time to fly, Tanya. Are we all ready? Smoke alarm went off 3 times. It's a good day. Oh my. Delaney. I only do that at Thanksgiving when the marshmallows on the sweet potatoes have to be just right, but I always go just a little too far, and then our boys, when they were younger, as soon as they hear it, they know dinner's ready, and they have to man their stations and open the doors and the windows and turn on the ceiling fans, and then we can eat. You burnt the bacon. God forbid you burn the bacon, Delaney. No, no, no. Oh my goodness. Of course, it's probably tasty even if you burn it. There's a lot of things that times are tough right now. We talked a little bit about that last week and that food is getting expensive. So we don't want to be doing that. We don't want to be wasting it. So I hope you enjoy it, burnt or not. Maybe on a bagel with cream cheese. Maybe Danny will send you some. Sounds like he's making some. Yes, Pepperly, I hope you are doing well. It's Dad's fault, Delaney says. He put new batteries in the alarms. Well, we do want you safe, so stop. It's not his fault. You're the one that burnt the bacon. Come on. Yeah. It's just like it wasn't me, Lord. It was the wife you gave me, or it was the husband you gave me. No, it was the dog you gave us. Knox was happy. Oh, yeah, I'll bet he was getting some burnt bacon. Yummy. Yummy, yummy. So, it's about 2:36, and today we are talking about some life skills, hopefully, that and some stories of a simpler life. I thought that might give us a few things to talk about. The devil made me do it. Were you predestined to do it? Oh boy, if you missed Tyler BP Devo's Devo this morning, you need to go back and watch it because those two actually they would behave themselves. But you could definitely see both sides of predestination and the two of them going back and forth with words. I think it's in our perspective and then how we see the word of God played out. So, yeah. Well, it happened, so yes, it was predestined. Okay. Just depends on what side of the door you're on and what banner's up at the top, right? Well, that's how I look at it. Yep. Yep, that's how I look at it. So, I did bring my, iced coffee this morning because there's a story to my iced coffee, that I wanted to share with you. Today is my mom's birthday, or it would have been. She died, mm, 7 years ago now. So, as far as I know, she made it to heaven. I'll know for sure when I get there, but I think in the end years, it finally went from her head to her heart. She grew up a Lutheran and it was always in her head, and she was German and she always had all the different stories to tell, and every time I started to talk about Jesus, she would talk about something else, and it would be repetition. Um yeah, I miss her and I miss my sister and we miss everyone that um left us here. But we'll see them, at least those that we know are with Jesus. We will see them again. So we mourn with hope. But the story I have to tell about her is when it's somebody's birthday that has gone on, we celebrate here. Like my husband's mom, she loved chocolate. So on her birthday, I'll make a chocolate cake and we'll all enjoy that. Or I'll have chocolate chips and they will have the cake. I have the dark chocolate chips, trying to be better. Or for somebody else, something like that, we would celebrate. Well, when I thought about my mom's birthday this morning, I thought, "Oh, I don't like sauerkraut, and I don't like pickled pig's feet, and I don't like" what was the other thing she ate? Frog legs and squid, and she loved all kinds of, oceanic things because she grew up in Germany. Actually, it was Ostpreußen, East Prussia, along oh, the Northern Sea, I believe it was, up that way. We have Jean Marie. Hello, Jean Marie. Good to see you here. And GLP Journey. Nice to see you here too. Yeah, I was just saying I'm trying to be good, and I saw your page, and you're trying to do that too. I tried that. I'll have to talk to you about that. It didn't work for me. But I have a lot of other issues, so that's neither here nor there. But I was sharing about my mom who liked all those strange things, and we didn't want to celebrate with those today. But one of the things she did do before her time was make iced lattes. When we were kids, she would always pour her leftover coffee into a glass with ice and add some milk and a little bit of sugar. And of course, every time she turned her head, one of us five kids would finish the rest of her coffee. Well, she caught on and she started adding buttermilk to her lattes. And I thought, and so of course, each one of us learned very quickly, don't drink the rest of mom's iced latte because there's buttermilk in it. But I wouldn't be surprised if that caught on. She was way ahead of her time on those kinds of things. You're watching while packing for the big move in April. Yay, Jean Marie. We're almost across that finish line. Good for you. That's still a lot of work to do before you get there. So we're praying that God gives you strength and it'll be nice for you to get into a new place. And I hope that helps you. One of the things that will help these last days, we're seeing a lot of things in the news and it's hard. Um, there was one lady, oh, I can't remember the name of her channel. I just ran across it today, but she was showing how Walmart had, instead of, they had these tiny pieces of meat, which I never thought I'd buy meat at Walmart, but living down here, moving to Arkansas 5 years ago, we don't have anything around us here. We have two Walmarts, a big one and a little one, and a lot of Dollar Generals. So that's where you get your food. Although we did get an Aldi's recently, but I haven't checked out their meat there yet. Um, and really not many butchers around here either. It's just not what I expected. But anyway, she was showing on her video that, how Costco puts out all those big loss leaders when you walk in the store. Well, Walmart was doing the same, and they had pallet after pallet after pallet of lard, of pinto beans, lentils, and rice. So they know tough times are coming. Walmart is not stupid. They see the projection of everything and they know where it's headed. So that's why I want to encourage you to start preparing if you're not, or continue to prepare and work hard at it. And that's why I'm busy throughout the week. And that's why I need a break once in a while. I move slowly after cancer, but I move as best as I can and do what I can. Speaking of canning, we talked about that last week. So I got some meat canned and some beans and peaches and blueberries. Darn, you're late. Hello, Michigan Daffodil. Oh, well, only 15 minutes. That's okay. And Nancy's here. How is it going, Nancy? Good to see you here. Yeah, so the life skills, which are some of the things that I wanted to ask you. What kind of a skill do you have? Um, Men, women, husbands, wives, what skill do you have that you think can help your family during these tough times? Whether it be an old fashioned skill or a new skill. If you can put it in the chat, that would help us all see, something that we can do. You dread to see what it will cost for gas for the U-Haul moving. Yeah, I agree. That's going to be tough. I know. When we moved down here from Idaho 5 years ago, we were about in the same boat at that time. It was gas was a lot more expensive, and we actually gave away a lot of our things. Of course, we'd been married 40 years by that point, and it all needed to be replaced anyway. So we didn't have. We just got the smallest van that we could in our car, and that was enough. And then we just had to get new things when we got down here, which, you go to consignment stores and find new, barely used stuff. But I got COVID when I got down here. Hello, Okies Eden. Good to see you in the chat there. Hey, I know you have a skill. I would just ask a question about any life skills that you might have to put in the chat that will help us during these tough economic times. I know the ladies, we do our cooking and we clean and we help others and we can sew. And how about the guys? Is there anything that you're doing that you can help your family? Jean Marie says, me too. I move slower, but I never connected to it having had cancer. I thought it was just me getting older and stress. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that's all done and you're better now. Um, I think I've got a 4-year, no, 3-year checkup. No, not even that much. 2.5-year checkup coming up next month, and free and clear of cancer, and hopefully it stays that way. But there are a lot of side effects, and that's what I'm trying to get rid of: the extra weight, the extra lymph fluid, and all that, and all the things that they don't tell you about before you take all that poison. But such is life, and God's helping, and so are your prayers. So covet those. Uh-huh. Learning how to do tinctures. Oh, Nikki, that's great. It's the health area is one big area that's going to be, medicines are very expensive, and we really don't want to get hooked on all of those if we can help it. Tinctures to help. I know I take mullein for colds, anything respiratory is really helpful. So, Oki's Eden he's got a garden in Oklahoma, and he plants a lot of stuff. So, if you ever want to go to his channel, you can see how he's actually making things grow out in the middle of Oklahoma. But an herb garden would really help also for your health to make these tinctures. Oh, he just planted pole beans. Yeah, I saw a picture of them, some of them popping up. It's always nice to see that. And Nancy's here, going good here. The snow we got the other day is starting to melt, but just north of me, they got ice and 2 feet of snow here in Michigan. We got 6 inches of snow where I'm at in the central Michigan. So you're probably not thinking of planting a garden outside right now, although some people do. They have winter greenhouses. I've got one inside so that I can do it, even though I can't get around very well. I'm trying to get that one going, and that way I don't have to deal with the heat and the humidity and just do more cool crops and smaller things. Oh, Delaney, YouTube channel, whose link is that you put in there? Okay, you can put your channel in here, and then Delaney, you can copy it and put it on there, if you would, please. And Jean Marie says she has so much canning supplies, fabric, yarn, books, and art supplies, but son and daughter-in-law want me to bring to work with and teach the grands. So much would be hard to rebuy now. Jean Marie, I am the same way. You can't see it, but on the other side of my computer, I have stacked floor to ceiling in all those cubbies, the same type of stuff to help with my grandchildren. And the other day, one of them painted a painting, and Papa showed me a picture of it, and he asked, "How long did it take?" And she says, "Oh, I just did that today." And I was just overwhelmed. She's way surpassed me in art and in her talent. There's 9 of them, so there's a lot to encourage in all of them, and the other day, they came over and helped us sing. So that song that I've been promising you all, we're still waiting on one more vocal from one of them, and, we should be getting it out soon, and I'll post it on my website on the channel here. We had 29 degrees and 2 nights ago, and today's 85 already in Oklahoma, Okie. Oh, I know, this weather pendulum, no, everybody's getting sick because of all this weather going back and forth. We've got lots of pollen and wind outside this window I see here. Thankfully, it doesn't bother me. Pollen is not one thing that bothers me, but it does bother a lot of people. Oh, my phone closed. I forgot my notes here. There we go. Yeah, some of the old-fashioned skills that I was wondering if any of you have ever tried is soap making or coffee roasting. Oh, Jean Marie, they were just beautiful. Absolutely, their voices blend together so well. And one of them sounds so much like me that when my husband put our vocals together, you almost couldn't tell us apart. That was really amazing. So the family genes are in there. You haven't tried those? I've never made soap. I've always wanted to try that. And it's good for you, and with all that lard on sale at Walmart, you can make your own soap. How about, oh, beekeeping? Um, I don't know. Okay, do you have bees on your farm at your place or your daughter? His daughter has another channel too, and she's got animals there, so I don't know if she has bees or not. I haven't watched that much yet. But a neighbor of ours, she's got a mini farm right here behind us, and they were out of town for a little bit and came home to see a swarm of bees around one of her big tree branches. And that was just before that huge um, wind and tornado and what was it? What do you call it? Snow tornado time that we had here. It was really cold, but they managed to capture all the bees in a beehive and save them before the storm hit. So they would have lost all of them. And I just got a message that there's another swarm that made its way to them. So I'm glad that they are able to capture them and use them. Okay, Kathy. Oh, hi, Kathy. Oh, neither of us has bees. Okay. We'll have to find somebody who does and find out how to do that. Our biggest nemesis, Kathy says, with gardening is woodchucks. So hard. We used to capture them and let them go in an industrial area with lots of woods and fields, but it was never ending. Yep, yep. That's hard. I think I told you about the story of me going up into the woods and somebody knew I was a good shot, so they handed me the rifle to shoot their squirrels that were eating through the wires um, in their storage buildings up there, up in the woods, and I was a really good shot. The Yeah, I don't wanna tell you what happened to the poor little boogers, but they were not able to chew through wires anymore. Oh, no. Oh, I think I remember you saying that. Oki says that, 2 local beekeeper ladies just had 2 hives stolen. Yeah, yeah, they're pretty important right now with what's going on in our weather and all that, and, um, with the price of oil and everything the way it's going, there's no food shortages just yet, but it's going all the oil prices, if they go up, that means delivery, if we get food delivered, it's going to make it cost a lot more. So if you can plant anything inside, outside to support your family, to feed them, start now. It takes a while, even lettuce. I think 50, 60 days, unless you do sprouts or microgreens, those are usually pretty quick. You know, I plant sunflower seeds. Those are fantastic. If you mass plant them in a little bit of soil and let them grow a few inches after they get like the second leaf on them, you chop those off and add them to a salad. They are so tasty. Tastes just like a sunflower seed. And you can do that with peas. So pea shoots, um, and what's the other one? Oh, radishes, radish seeds, all of those, and they're so flavorful and packed with nutrients, a lot more than the actual full plant. Uh-huh. More people are stealing beehives lately, says Jean Marie. That's not nice. Not nice, people. LOL. Two little boys next door, no squirrel problems. Yeah, it is sad. It's the world we live in. You don't have the pew pew option. Yeah. Yeah, neighbors wouldn't like that. I know. This was way up in the mountains and nobody else around there. That's what Idaho is. I miss I miss Idaho. Yeah. Arizona. Arkansas is different. It has its own charm. The South is different for me. I'm not a Southerner. I was born in California and raised up in Redding, Northern California, and then as an adult moved to Idaho, was there for 30 years raising our boys, our sons, and now, raising 9 grandchildren here, helping in Arkansas, buffered, and then came back. Okay. As a friend from the city says, "I live between the middle of nowhere and the woods." That's nice. Planning to plant lots of flowers to help increase bees and butterflies. That's another thing we can do to help each other is by doing that. Most definitely. Another thing that, when we were okay, my uncle and cousins live in Idaho. In North Idaho, we were in Coeur d'Alene. That's like 2 hours south of the Canadian border. So when it got cold up there. Of course, it gets cold here in Arkansas too. Go figure. Ooh, we were down below 0 this past winter quite a bit. It's just getting crazy. The Lord's coming quickly. Amen. Amen. Going to try lavender this year, Delaney. Oh, I love the smell of lavender. You can use that for tea too, but that disrupts hormones, so you gotta be careful when you use lavender. Oh, yeah, we lived in Post Falls too. Yeah, you're right, it's not very far. Actually, my husband okay, we lived in Coeur d'Alene most of the time. Last 2, 3 years, we lived in Post Falls, and my husband would commute to Washington, which is just Washington State, just across the border. So, right in that area. But now, our home, I think it was worth over it was like 3/4 of a million now. We didn't get that for it. We sold a lot sooner, too soon, I guess. Uh, yeah. Okay. Another thing outside of our skills, old-fashioned skills, are there any new skills that you are learning? I know that because of, Everyday Outreach, the Bible Devo that we do every morning, Monday through Friday, it's called Everyday Outreach here on YouTube. And also, Pastor BP Devo's Bulletproof Pastor on Friday. Oh, tomorrow's Friday. Put your testimonies in on the forum, please. Um, and then also because of Oki, who in and Strings and Pucks, you all know Jeremy. He and the both of them have been encouraging a lot of people to get their YouTube monetization going. I'm getting thanks for putting the link in there, Delaney. I am getting, more and more, um okay, the brain is not working. I guess I need coffee. I'm getting better at doing things online on YouTube, but one of the things that really helped me was a, YouTube channel called, Candy K All Day, and, I met her on Oki's Eden channel. He encourages us all to work together and share and watch everybody's else's videos. So if you watch this one in the future, for me, that helps with my um, watch hours, which in turn in the future would help me get monetized. So all of those things are really good to learn. And I'm watching a series, several series that she has on there, really in depth, and I'm learning a lot. And then I have a friend who I've been uh, a podcaster with for many years already, and she and her husband, her name is Misty Phillips. She and her husband have he works in technology. So he's been dealing with AI for a long time. And as believers, she believes as a Christian, she's been the head of several Christian podcasting associations and women's groups, but together they wrote a book, um, Upskill or Die, and I'll have to find the links for you, but you can find it on Amazon. Upskill or Die, and then another one just recently, just the other day came out, the Trojan Horse in the Church, talking about AI, and I think it's just the main thing that they want us to know is that we need to You not be afraid of AI, but to use discernment and wisdom when we are using it. And the only way to have that, we know, a lot of you know, is to know your Bible, know what God says, and filter. I always remind you that look at life, look at everything from Bible colored glasses, a biblical perspective on everything. And that will help you in these last days to, you know, get the word out, get the good news out, no matter how you're going to do it, whether it be by mowing someone's lawn for them or baking a cake for them or however you do it, a YouTube channel. I will put all the information on there. If anybody's ever interested in that, you can always contact me, email me, momentswithmoni, the number one, at gmail.com, and I'll help you. I'll help you get started and point you in the right directions too. And then Canva is a new skill. Actually, I've been using it for a long time, but they have now a new the AI is now incorporated in it as well. It's incorporating in everything, and there's several different types of AI. So you want to be careful and please use wisdom when you're watching videos online because there are some that look so real, but and they don't even tell you if they're a artificial intelligence or not, but you can tell if you look closely. You know, maybe there's only 4 fingers on that hand or the writing is backwards. Um, Sometimes it's just mirrored, you know, if I had it flipped here, the Bible dictionary might be flipped, but they have like something's misspelled. I don't know. Um, Artificial intelligence video isn't up to that grade yet to where it can fool you at that point. So Tanya's brave. Why is Tanya brave? What'd she do? You just opened up a window and it's nice and 54 outside. Woohoo! That is nice. Michigan daffodil, you have many windows, so the sun makes it warm. Ah, yeah, I'm blessed with this place here. The place where I set up my greenhouse is in the kitchen, and here I have a corner in my craft room to look out the window. And on this side, when I'm usually here in the afternoon, the sun is not on this side, but it is here in the morning. So it's a lot cooler for me to get here in the afternoon and nice to have the sun on the plants in the afternoon in the kitchen. Yeah. You have your little heat battery. We don't have doggies. We don't have them. Husband's allergic to them, so we don't do that. How about writing? Do any of you write? Write stories? And I guess I should just ask here, is anybody interested in starting a YouTube channel? Put your hand up and I'll contact you later. Delaney says, if Christians don't take dominion over AI, of course, it will be increasingly evil. You got it, girl. That is the bottom line, and that is the basis of these books. Yeah. God made us in dominion over everything on this earth, and that includes AI. And that's exactly what we need to do. Ruth says, can you do a video on how you set up a greenhouse in the house? I can. You know, my husband carried one inside and put it inside. I'm being very simple, but yeah, that's basically it. It's in, I can do that. I can do that. Probably won't be live. Yeah, because I don't have the computer, but then I'll have to learn how to use my phone. One way or the other, I can do that. And Delaney says, I tinker in poetry and I'm working on a series of children's storybooks. How exciting! Very exciting. Well, if I have a granddaughter, 2, 3, that are great artists if you need illustrators, but you are probably an illustrator as well. But let me know. That's awesome. Yeah, Delaney's a good writer. If you were ever on the Everyday Outreach Forum, she has put lots of different stories there for us. Pepper Leah has written some songs, and she's put those on the forum. Hmm. I have lots of different stories that I haven't done anything with here on YouTube yet. I did use it on my podcasting channel, but not over here. So I think we lost the guys, but that's okay. They probably went out to do another job. It's like my husband, he's the doer. He can't sit still too long. Gotta do, gotta do, gotta do. We talked about that last week, right? Did any of you use that? The Myers Briggs personality information? Did that help you at all? Okay, and Michigan says what it looks like, what you set up for planting and lighting, where it's set up and that kind of video, I think. Okay, yeah. Right now, I am just because someone, I think it was you, shared with me a video about someone's house burning down because of the artificial lighting. And I don't have any of that, but I have serious amount of sunshine that comes in that window for most of the day. And I know that on that side of the house, I had the greenhouse and most of the garden out on the porch that was covered, and they were mostly in the shade most of the day. But a little bit of that sunshine, direct sunshine towards the end of the day. So I'm assuming it's going to be about the same. But we will see. It's an experiment for me, but I don't want to wait and say, "Oh, I wish I had tried." So, yeah, you can come along for the ride and see how it goes. Delaney says, I bought art classes to teach myself to illustrate, and the first book is almost done. Woo! Good for you. Yay. Hi, all, Margaret. How are you? We've just touched on so much, and sorry, that's a lot of my personality, that ENFP that I shared last week. I'm kind of uh, the I'm the creative one that needs space. I like order around me. I need it, but I also like to go from one thing to another to get inspired. So I like being with you. I like being with people that encourages me and it energizes me. And then it energizes me to go into whatever project I have going on next. And then it also helps, when you just have to do the dishes. I should just set up the camera and talk to you while I'm doing the dishes, except that that would be too noisy. Just too noisy. Well, I guess I covered everything on my list already. Life stories of simpler times. What was it like when you were a child compared to now? We could do a Zoom call just for dishes. Wow. Okay, let's start there. How many of you are interested in a Zoom call? Raise your hand or say yes, whatever. Then we could see your faces too, or your dishes, whatever you want to do. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And you don't have to have an account or a paid account. As long as it's less than a 45-minute visit, we can share. Tanya, okay. Well, and Delaney, because she brought it up, right? Yeah, it depends on day and time. Well, for me, it would be Thursdays. Well, no, I'm doing this here Thursdays at 2:30. You need to learn. Okay, so I need to do a YouTube video on how to do a Zoom call before we do a Zoom call. Crazier. I'm sorry, Margaret. I know it. That's similar. I watched my dad die of cancer, and I think that really scared me back then because it was a death sentence back then when I was 10. I was only 10. But by the time I got it, there was just so much. It was so much better, but it was a very aggressive cancer, but they did aggressive measures on their end medically, and I did aggressive measures with everything natural. So they threw the kitchen sink at it, and I threw the kitchen sink at it, and a lot of you prayed, and God answered mercifully, and here I am. But emphysema is hard, absolutely hard. He died of lung cancer, so just anything lung is hard. Yeah. Okay, just about the same. Okay, we'll have to look into doing a Zoom call. That'll be fun. I'll have to take a picture or when the live chat. I don't know. Does anybody know how to get the live chat to show up as soon as I end the video? I have I always get to check the box that shows it'll be there 24 hours later. Oh, I'm glad she's doing okay. Otherwise, I'll just look tomorrow at the chat and get all the names of those of you that are interested in doing a Zoom. I know, you know what would really help? That way I can contact you because I need it anyway to contact you for the Zoom call. If you're interested in doing a Zoom call with me, please send me an email to momentswithmoni, the number 1, at gmail.com. Moments with Moni, 1 at gmail.com. Because then I need to do Zoom, I have to send you a link to your email, and that'll have all the information on how you just take that and connect it when you get to Zoom, that info. Okay. Well, that's what I thought, Michigan, but Jen was saying this morning that she knew how it used to be or how to do it in the past, but she couldn't remember this morning. She wasn't feeling well, but she asked Brad to make it available this morning. Moments with Moni 1 at Gmail. Yep, that's the right one, Tanya. Good. Yeah, send me an email at that. And that way I can get together a group of you to do a Zoom. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing you face to face. Then we can talk about things and pray for one another. Nancy Herndon. Yes, Nancy, you can do that. That's a good point. I need to let everybody know. She says every time I try to do Zoom calls, my video goes out, but you can do just voice with Zoom as well. So if you don't want to go on camera, you can just choose whether you click just the microphone button or the microphone and the video camera button. And if you go in there early, you can even go into all of the things that help you look better, like make your face look better. It actually puts lipstick on you. You can change your eyebrows. I think you can even change the color of your hair. Give yourself a mustache, whatever, you'll sign up. Good. Or you don't have to do those things. It's just fun to get in there. Yes, Delaney, it does. You just but we already talked about that. That's what was it? Tea tree oil and glycerin soap. That has helped so many people. Okay. Well, I won't be washing dishes when I do the Zoom call because computers in here and uh dishes are in the kitchen. I know I set it up like it looks like a kitchen. Well, kind of. I don't know what it looks like here. Just leftover stuff. I guess I should decorate back there behind me, huh? What about that? That's okay. I got him too. Seriously, if I get tired, that's what you see. We're not okay. Okay, what I'm seeing is that we are all concerned about our looks. And I know that I'm that way. This is not what I looked like before cancer. I looked a lot thinner. I felt I looked a lot better. Oh, I cut my hair recently because, but after cancer, it all fell out. So I was bald for a while. I was wearing scarves over my head. I didn't want to come on Zoom with that. I wore wigs for a while, but they were getting too hot. So I got brave enough to take them off. And then you saw me with this really short, curly, gray hair. It all came in gray. And I thought, oh no, don't worry about your looks. We're not there to compare each other to each other. We want to see who you are. Remember, the soul that's inside of you is what we're looking at and what we want to connect with. Yeah. Oh, and then if you don't want your own background to be shown on your Zoom, you can actually assign a background that they offer you on there on Zoom. But it kind of looks funny sometimes. Don't wear green because that it's like the background color on a Zoom call, and then you'll look like you're fading in and out, and even when you move, it looks kinda like you're fading in and out, but that's okay. We'd rather have you there than not. Yeah, Delaney, cover one and be a pirate. "Arr, arr, ye mateys." Ruth says, "Will do." Oh, with the email, good. Yeah, so please remember it was Michigan, I think, that sent me that Michigan Daffodil, that video about, um, the bumblebee that it's just it there's really no scientific reason for that thing to be flying except because it's bottom heavy, and you are definitely not gonna see that on camera because I am, and, its wings flap, flap, flap so much that but even not enough because it sometimes goes backwards and then goes forwards, but it still does what it's supposed to do, and that's to share the pollen around and to help the plants grow. So we are what we are, but as long as we're doing what the Lord wants us to be doing, then we're doing the right thing. You and me both, Ruth. I'd like to see some of my fat fade into the background. Zoom sounds like fun. Good, Danny. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing any teaching on that. This is all fun afternoon stuff. Is this a good time for you too in the afternoon? My mornings are kind of busy, well, definitely with everyday outreach and then, after that, I gotta get stuff done and my husband fed, and then I have some time in the afternoon. And Thursdays are I think the only day. No, 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 I'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at my schedule. Danny, yeah, when's dinner? And then here, I have to start getting dinner ready at least by 5, Central Standard Time. Good, Danny, so you join us too, and invite others. You're still here monitoring oven and corned beef. Have to shape the bagels next. I've never made bagels. Who's made bagels? I think you have to boil them first, don't you? That just seems weird to boil dough. Yeah. Okay, Delaney, that sounds good. Honestly, with everything going on, there is no schedule. LOL. I show up when I can. Okay. Okay. That sounds good. Yes, also open for guys if they want to. I would love their input on skills. What is it? That's what, and ask you ladies can ask questions. These are times that we should be getting or continue to prep, whether it be for your health, for your family's pantry, for um, uh, 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 getting out of debt, any ideas like that. It would be wonderful to get help. You made bagels, they taste amazing. I like the ones with the sprinkles on top, the everything seed bagel. You found a great recipe. Ah, well, well, if you get on the Zoom, maybe you can have some bagels and you can show us what they look like, how yours turned out. No pressure though, no pressure. I have, actually gone to trying to eat a lot less carbs, so I'm not eating bread, but I would definitely eat a homemade bagel for sure. But what we've gone is bought this big bucket of einkorn berries, wheat berries. You got some burnt bacon to go with it. Oh, poor Knox didn't get it all. You boil them in soda water? Bubbly water, really? Huh. Sourdough and hamburger buns yesterday. Nice, Michigan. Oh, discard, yes. Oh, that's really good. That's better for the blood sugar. And then anyway, I made we bought the einkorn. It is an ancient kind of grain to make flour out of, and I grind it with my what is it? A KitchenAid and an attachment. And the biggest thing that my husband likes is pancakes with it because we feel so much better having that than having a box mix or flour, even homemade flour pancakes. Ooh, yummy. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll make, pancakes like that on a Saturday morning, and neither one of us are hungry till about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're thinking, "Wow, maybe we should eat something before before we go to bed." Not that we go that early, but it makes it get, better dough. Yeah, einkorn, is lupin flour. Somebody gave me a bag of that, but I have not tried it yet. Ruth, have you? The einkorn flour is very heavy, but, I use a little bit of baking powder, and I have used yeast trying to make bread with it, but it's still very heavy, but it's very nutritious. So from what I understand is the wheat berry, once it's ground, it loses within 24 hours most of its nutrition. So the stuff we get in the stores that have, it's usually probably about a year or 2 and for their best use. Great spelt as well. Yeah. I haven't tried spelt, but the einkorn is tasty. It's got a nutty flavor to it, and I or grind it a little coarse, so it gives it a little bit of a whole grain feel when you're eating it. Yeah. So you get the whole, um, all the nutrients that's in the wheat germ part of the kernel, and they take that out because that's what spoils the flour, and it would go back bad on the shelf. You have a Wonder Mill. Oh, that's nice. Yep, that wasn't available. That's another thing. It's silently getting to the place where you really need to prepare for yourself, because if you look at supply, um, and crop details and all that, coffee beans are not they didn't do too well the last couple of years. Neither did cocoa beans and, um, flour the same way, but these ancient grains are actually from Idaho. So, yeah, look for different sources, and it doesn't affect my blood sugar, the way that regular white flour does, because it's the whole grain, but oatmeal is a whole, and that spikes my blood sugar, so you just have to watch yourself, I guess. You're trying to eat before the sun goes down, insulin starts to go up then, and it is a fat storing hormone. No, haven't had lupin yet. It's low carb, I've heard. Oh, good. Yeah, doing the same thing here, Ruth. You buy baking soda in the water to make the dough a little stiffer. Margaret's been doing some baking of bagels, I guess. Well, okay. We've been here an hour. I could go on and go from subject to subject. It's been fun, but we need to get back to work. And now we got a reason to get back to work. So you can share something maybe next week on a Zoom call, from what you've been doing. Choose something, a skill to share, about next week if you want to. If you want to raise your hand in class, in the Zoom class, and share with us, or just your voice, whatever, however you want to do it. No pressure on it. Come join us. You can sit in the chat box and type the same way on Zoom, just like you do here. Pretzels. Yes, it's a world event. Do lentils mess with your blood sugar? You can make that like no, they don't, and that is good. Lentils are really good for you. You'll watch the replay. Okay, Becky, thanks. All right, well, I'm gonna try and make a video with all of the links or some of the links that I mentioned today, so you can watch for that. We almost have the one a new song finished. I'll be putting that up soon. And I had another one in the hopper on making beans, pressure canning beans that I still haven't finished. I gotta get to work. And the garden. You are so welcome, Jean Marie. Oh, I'm glad. Good. I'm glad we made your packing time more fun. Okay, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. God bless you. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning on BP Devo, with your testimony. If you could put it on the Everyday Outreach Forum. You need to go and make rice and plant seedlings, then take care of grandmother. Sounds like a wonderful evening. Y'all have a good time, y'all. Here from Arkansas. Good night.